You part Arab? Oh, we're on the air? What a way to start a show. I'm wearing my sunglasses because I did one show, because it's Burning Bridges. Jeff Leach just walked in. He's right on time. Anyway, no, it's called Burning Bridges, and so every episode when I was going to burn a bridge, I was going to put my glasses on just to be like incognito.
The hate blockers.
Yeah, the hate blockers. So then someone took a screenshot, and then I put the glasses on one time, and because somebody else had them, one of my other guests, and then somebody took a screenshot. They tweeted it. I showed it to my wife. She goes, "I look stupid." I go, "Yeah, I'm going to wear them every show now."
The whole show?
Yeah, no, just because if she hates it, then it's a fucking big ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
it adds a new level of arsehole to your personality.
Yeah, I know.
The fact that you won't even look someone directly in the eyes when you're saying.
Because anybody who wears sunglasses like inside when he doesn't have to is just a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
So it kind of fits my persona better. But wait, you're part Arab, right? Aren't you part like Middle Eastern?
No.
What is your background?
My mum's Macedonian.
Tell them who you are, so I don't have to fuck up your intro.
Oh, they know
That's my new thing. No, not me. You're the fans
you know
of the
who
show.
I am?
No. Give your bio. So
Jeff
I
Leach. I'm the only comedian at the Comedy Cellar who likes Kevin Brennan.
No, but tell me your.
There you go. That's
okay.
Is that
makes
fair?
you special. But what else do we need to know about you? That's my new thing. I'm not going to do anybody. You got to tell your own story.
That's egotistical.
That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Jeff Leach. Should I do it down the camera? Hi, my name's Jeff Leach. I'm a comedian, an actor, and a host of a podcast. I perform all over the country, in New York and Los Angeles predominantly. I've done feature films. I have a weekly podcast called the D-Pad Podcast. Nothing like this one. It's very, very much a snowflake show for snowflakes like me and you. If you want to talk about snowflake things, join us. We can melt together.
Is it a snowflake show, though?
Impeach Trump.
No, he's very... What?
Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said
he's
it.
Very,
yeah, I said it.
When Jeff first started working at the Comedy Cellar,
yeah,
he would come in with like these tight jeans and like
still wearing them, Kevin.
Fucking tank top, the wife beater shirts.
Oh, I'd have like sleeveless shirts.
Yeah, because didn't you start in the summer?
Yeah, I started in the summertime. It was very hot.
In the summer at the Cellar.
You used to wear a lot of denim. You don't want to wear sleeves.
It was
when
fucking
you're wearing
ridiculous. Like I felt like I felt like an albino.
You felt aroused.
I felt like nobody. No, it was just weird because you were like. And
people hated my outfits.
No, at the Cellar. Plus, at the Cellar, it was it's so small, and you're like a big dude, so it was like you would just raise the sexual fucking energy of the room. Not that I'm gay or anything, but I could still feel it.
A little bit gay, Kevin. I think you just became a little bit more gay than you've ever been in your entire life.
So I'd run for my.
Let me see if you're blinking at me.
I'd run for my No one's gonna see my eyes. I'd run for my fucking life when you went on stage because I didn't want to be attracted to you.
Where's the giant black dude who like almost punched you in the face?
Oh, I know he's on sabbatical.
Yeah.
Where is he?
What about the poor lady?
Called in?
What about the poor lady who was caught in the middle of that whole thing? That's what upset me more than anything. Everyone was very upset by
the video.
Between him and you.
Carrie, she's doing fine.
I was very upset that this poor lady got slammed and called a bitch for literally being sat in a chair.
I would have felt
that was it.
I would have felt bad for her, but she.
You don't feel?
No, they had a bar in Greenwich Village on 6th Avenue for years, and so she's been around.
Oh, they're old friends. Okay.
No, they're not old friends, but she ran a bar at 6th Avenue and 4th Street, right, like at that intersection.
Yeah.
It's called Carabas, and then
she's Greek, right? She's a Greek lady.
No, she bartended there for years, so
you know what the Greeks are like, don't pay their taxes, knock about their women. So I mean, she's probably used to all that business.
I don't even know
what
you're saying, but she's been around a lot of drunk
white
trannies,
politics, Kevin,
and
that's what I'm talking about.
Anyway, so is it true that British cops don't have guns?
Some of them have guns, the armed ones.
But what do the other ones do? Just go around with their billy club?
Yep. Yeah, billy club, pepper spray, handcuffs, and a sense of morality, and a little tip of the hat, and a good morning, how are you?
Oh my
Please don't commit any crimes today.
Mary Poppins?
Yeah, Mary Poppins. But you know what? Because we had a thing back and forth on Twitter about this. I was like,
oh, me and you?
Yeah. I was just like, hey, London, I'm thinking about you. Stay vigilant, all that. And you were like,
stay vigilant. They don't even have a fucking gun. How do you stay vigilant? I mean, like emotionally or intellectually?
I mean, if you stop screaming at me, Kevin, I'll explain it. First of all, some of them do have guns, the ones that need guns to respond to incidents like that.
Keith the cop said it took 8 minutes for them to come.
That's true. It was 8 minutes response time.
What the fuck,
no,
man? They could have killed everybody in 8 minutes if they were better armed.
All those terrorists were shot down in 8 minutes. That was how long it took.
Yeah, but he said it took 8 minutes for cops with guns to respond to the situation.
Hey, listen, I like shooting guns as much as you do, Kevin. I mean, now that you're wearing the glasses, I can tell you're an original gangster. But the point is, there's more deaths in 2 weeks in America because of gun-related crime or gun-related issues.
Yeah, but
on the last 4 terrorist attacks in England. There's been more.
But what's the theory behind
getting guns? Is not the answer. It's fucking retarded.
Yeah, but what's the theory behind cops not having guns? Shouldn't they have like an upper hand?
Nah.
Do you play video games?
They encourage it. Escalates.
Play video games.
It escalates. If you have like, we like to think that in the UK there's a mild, if not as strong as it used to be, a mild respect for the law. That people go, hey, you're an officer of the law, I'm not going to fuck your shit up. They don't go, you got a gun, that's why I'm not going to fuck your shit up. And unfortunately, that sort of like makes other people go, well, if I'm a bad person and that guy's got a gun, well, I'm going to go out and find a gun so I can take that person on. It just kind of escalates things a little bit.
That's idiotic.
Generally. Is it?
Yeah.
I think what's idiotic is the number of tens and hundreds of thousands of fucking deaths because of guns.
No, well,
in this
that's
country.
dumb. That's
fucking
dumb
retarded.
too. But I'm saying like the terrorists just lick their fucking lips at the thought of like going to England, and the cops don't have guns.
They didn't go to England. Most of those terrorists probably born in England.
No, here's another
The
thing.
same way that most of the ones in America were born in America. They're born.
But here's another thing. Here's another
A
thing.
load of poor people who are disillusioned because everyone tells them they're a bunch of cunts, and then some idiot on the internet goes, "Oh, Allah Akbar, you can definitely do something worthwhile in your life," and some, fucking mammood with like mental illness who doesn't have anything to live for.
This is a great interview because I don't even know what the fuck you're saying.
Disappointment. Well, just words. I'm just speaking the original language. That's all right. Mamu, with mental illness goes, oh shit, I can make a change with my life. I can be something. I'm going to get some virgins up in heaven, which is fucking stupid as well.
No, but first of all, right, the day after this happened, they arrest 12 people. Why don't they arrest 12 people before it happened?
I agree. Now this is where we will absolutely be on the point. I
tweeted. I go. We know who the terrorists are. Why don't we fucking kill them before they kill us? Like, I don't think you can kill them, but you can apprehend them.
Well, as
you know who they are. They knew
First Amendment. I think
they knew
you can't
exactly
kill people
where to
for
go.
having beliefs. What you can do is say we don't put up with. There's 25,000 roughly people on a terrorist watch list or have ties to terror in the UK.
But I'm saying they knew exactly where to go. They knew exactly where to go once the shit went down.
I'm in agreement. I think the government and the police should be harder. First of all, if Theresa fucking May had just got rid of half of our police force.
Does she have a gun?
She doesn't have a gun. She has rich people.
She don't even have a dick. So I mean,
I think she might have a cock, but I don't think she has a gun. But when she's like got rid of half of our fucking police force,
I love looking at myself in the glasses.
At least someone does.
The black shirt. I'm like, I want to fucking suck my own dick.
That's the Kevin Brennan that took away Sarah Silverman's virginity.
No, I didn't have that kind of confidence.
Look at that. Like,
listen. Oh, you know what I do now? I just fucking burn through fucking co-hosts. I just fucking burn through them. I have no respect for anybody. I'm like a fucking. I don't even know how I became this.
I do, because that's what social media wants.
I burned through fucking Lenny, who didn't drink. And then I burned through the other.
You like abusive relationships. You're an abusive
on the fucking
partner.
D train. The other guy lives in a fucking D train and wakes up with a fucking bagel and a fucking crack pipe. So it's like you think I'm
really
afraid?
Want to get punched by a black man?
You think I'm afraid? Think I'm afraid of you with your fucking accent?
There's websites. Anyway. If you want him to come around and fuck your wife and punch you in the face, I'm sure you could just ask him politely and
My
he'll
wife
do
was
it.
so afraid of him. No, you know what the thing was? Like, with him, like, even when
Are you still fucking your wife, by the way? Because you said you moved back in now. Are you getting to have
better than
sex
ever? I needed a break. Do
you wear the sunglasses when you do it?
No. Sometimes you just need a break in the action. And I
pretend you're Dog the Bounty Hunter. You just put on a wig and keep the glasses on.
But here's the thing. So I think, and somebody told me that's a Hispanic thing anyway. Like to take a break.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
your relationship and your responsibilities.
Noam told me. Noam from the Comedy Cellar, he goes, well, Hispanic culture, they're known to like stay married because their marriages are very fluid. Like a lot of times they're not married, they get pregnant first, and then and they're engaged, and
then they break up for a while.
Yeah, and they maybe they split up, but they're always like connected at the hip because they have.
Pete Lee's so polite, he doesn't want to walk in through the door. That's why I love that.
I was waiting for you guys to get to.
Pete Lee's here, everybody.
Hey, how are you?
Pete, sit down and this is my new look, by the way. I might even do this at night when I do stand up.
You look like a baseball coach dad. Like that guy that gets on the plane. That's I want to connect with my family.
But he shouts at his kid.
I'm way too into it.
Get a fucking.
Tell him who you are, Pete Lee. That's my new thing, that you got to give your own intro, because I'll fuck it up, and I want you to sell yourself.
Right down
right into that camera. Yeah. My name is Pete Lee. I'm a badass motherfucker. That was good, right?
Yeah, I liked it. You need the
Like
glasses.
how he likes to,
Lend
he
him the
looks
glasses.
for approval right after he does it.
Lend Pete
That's
the
what
glasses.
badass motherfuckers always do.
They do. They need badass.
I'm badass, right? Can you guys back me up?
No, he wasn't doing that.
So
Kevin. He was
finish,
looking at us
finish.
like, I'm badass, and if
Finish,
you
Pete.
disagree, I'll cut you down.
I'm a stand-up comedian. Do I give credits or something?
You
like
do.
that?
What did you
All right.
just do? You just appeared on a huge show.
I was on the Tonight Show. I got a standing ovation. People
did?
stood up. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
Yeah, they were sitting down during my set, but then they stood up afterwards.
Wow. Did you?
They all left directly. Just one of them walked
How
out.
many Twitter followers did you pick up?
About 1,000 from
That's
that.
it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's fucking ridiculous.
That does suck that out of millions of people watching and they clearly loved you. I watched the set, it was fucking brilliant. And even like, who hosts that one?
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon got up and was
Hosted
like,
it.
Well, I don't know who hosts all these shows. He gets up and
You don't know who hosts the
hosts
Tonight Show by Jimmy Fallon in New York?
I don't know all the different shows, who hosts which one.
You know all the Brit shows, right? The Colin
I don't
Ellen
need
and
that
the,
shit
and the,
either.
and the
Nah, nah, nah.
Nigel.
I don't know. That was offensive. Sorry.
That was, I mean,
That's all you picked up was 1,000. Doesn't he have like 30 million Twitter followers, Fallon?
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, I got a water bottle. They give me a water bottle and a mug and a T-shirt.
Natterman said when like this is before like whatever, but he said he did Conan one time and he picked up like 10 Twitter followers and he sold one CD.
really?
Yeah, so it's like.
It used to be like a huge thing, these late
No,
night
but
shows, didn't
Fallon
it?
still is a big thing because he does have so many followers and he gets a lot of views, you know?
But
You probably get a lot
I
of
think
hits
people will
on.
book tickets to go and see you live. Like when you're going around the
Yeah.
country now, they'll be like, oh, we saw that guy. He was funny. Let's go and get
You
let's
gotta,
go
and
check him
plus,
out.
it's a good thing for when you do a comedy club, they can just put that link up there, right?
Yeah.
And it's a good link, and I'm proud of it. And it's still out there on YouTube. And every day I get more followers from it. And it's weird how it's still airing.
Have you had any ladies like send you pictures of their genitals?
No, no. Like I mean, because my act is so wholesome that, but I like.
Your life is wholesome, Pete,
Yeah,
to
I
be
get
fair.
I get like wholesome pics of women that it's like, here's me and my son. Would you want to be his dad?
Oh my God!
Wow.
I believe it too.
Yeah.
Because they don't feel it's not appropriate to send you like a dick pic or come snatchies.
No, exactly.
if
you
you
can
was-
send one to them, especially if they're over like 45, 50, because they've gone through.
Wait, how
menopause,
old
so
are
they're
you?
gonna get
How old are
pregnant.
you?
I'm 39. Yeah.
For real? 39?
39.
That's a weird age.
How old are you,
When are you
Kevin?
gonna be 40? It don't matter. My glasses say I'm 39. Wait, when are you gonna be 40?
I'm 40 in August 22nd.
That's a good day.
Yeah.
Anyway, so were you nervous when you did it?
Yeah, I was, but I felt oddly calm right before I walked out there. I was freaking out backstage, and I had a bunch of people in my dressing room. And
That's like the new thing. I would never do
Who
that.
did you take? You took Ray Allen, right?
Ray Allen.
Can I ask a question? Why is Ray Allen at every single taping of?
He's got
any-
nothing else going on.
No, but does he do warm up on one of those shows or something? Because I've seen him in every single person's photo.
He's got massive amounts of free time.
Yeah, he's got a
He's
lot
got
of
no
friends.
wife. He's got no kids. He's got no career. He's just fucking.
Oh, you're so
Other
mean.
than Aruba, what does he have? I'm burning bridges.
He's got a whole country.
Huh?
He's got a whole place. Well,
Who
not
else was
country, a
there?
whole-
Dante?
a whole
Dante.
resort.
Muscle, in case somebody tried to.
That's what I said. Jimmy Fallon walked up to me. He goes, what is this? Your muscle? And I go, yeah, it just keeps the ladies off of me. But I said it real straight faced, and Jimmy looked at me like, okay, all right.
Well, he doesn't know.
Like,
He
didn't
doesn't
want to be
want-
rude. And
He doesn't want to misinterpret anything.
Yeah, he.
So those were the two guys.
And then my girlfriend Emily.
Yeah.
Are you back together again?
We're back together again.
Fucking
We've
Jesus
been on
Christ,
again, off
man.
again.
She from New York.
She's from Texas. She
They're like Latin. They're like a Latin couple. They've
Yeah.
broken up 6 times. Like you were
She's
saying.
not Latin, right?
No, but you said that all Latin people break up and get back together.
No, I'm
again.
saying when they have kids. I'm talking about Latin people have kids, and then they
You have to have a kid next.
Yeah, we actually the week of the Tonight Show, she was ovulating, and we just got back together, and we make crazy decisions, and we were like. She totally let me come in her while she was ovulating.
You were like, hey, I might get 1,000 you follow tomorrow. I'm going to have the bank to fucking raise
Yeah.
it.
Like I just say, cum in her.
I came with my cum in her.
Oh my God,
it was
it's
very
so-
wholesome cum. It was
So unlike you.
yeah.
She's going to be so happy that you're telling this story on Kevin's show as well. I can already tell.
But we
She probably doesn't have.
we were
the thing.
planning. We'd been together like a day, and we were like, let's have a kid and let's name it Fallon. Tonight Show week.
Oh, that's what you have to do. You have to make like Puerto Rican decisions. You know what I mean? Like No, if you live in New York, you can't make like a logical. Let's get married. Because it makes no sense.
Any of your children planned?
Kinda, but my son, my last kid, we just moved to LA. We just moved in, like we just got an apartment. We didn't even have a regular bed. We had like a blow up bed or whatever they called. And so we just, it was the first time we had sex in California. So my wife goes, she goes, I'm fine, like whatever. I came inside of her, as you say.
With hand motion, it makes it even more.
Yeah, well, that's where
She came outside and then just pushed it in.
Yeah.
vagina goes up. So I was like
Feeding a horse.
so then I go, on the road and then I come back. She's like, yeah, I'm pregnant. So she said she's totally fine because she said my doctor says, you count back 6 days or 7 days, whatever.
She honey trapped you, man. She pussy trapped you.
No, but I said, do you tell your doctor you're like the Michael Jordan of getting pregnant? Because she gets pregnant. Like when people go, oh, we're going to get pregnant. Me and my wife have sex once and she gets pregnant. I'm not even kidding. And it's not like we never have like, let's go to the Marriott for a 3-day weekend. It's like one time she gets pregnant. So the whole thing 6 days or 7 days. It just depends on who it is, So, but that's what I'm saying. But you can't, if you plan it, you'll kill yourself because in New York, the last thing you want to do is have a kid because then you got to move.
Yeah, well, she already it's confirmed that she didn't get pregnant from that, and we're like, oh, thank God, condoms pulling out from here on out.
Plus, when you're on like a high, we're gonna do that's when you got to do it anyway.
Yeah,
so you're on a high, so let's just fucking
You deal with the misery once the kid arrives.
Yeah, let's just roll the dice. You know what I mean? Let's fucking roll the dice and then see what happens. And it worked out. You got a standing ovation and no baby. So
yeah, no babies. But I think that was part of why I was so calm is because like the morning of, I was.
You're worried about that?
No, just like I made a baby. Like I'm like my monkey.
Oh yeah,
my monkey animal gorilla sense kicked in. Like made a baby doing tonight show.
No, it's true though. You got it. Sometimes you just got to stop being a fucking snowflake, as you call it.
Yeah.
Stop worrying about everything and everything.
I consider myself a savage snowflake though, Kevin.
Yeah, but you're not part Arab. What are you?
I'm not part Arab.
Croatian
no.
or something?
No. My mum's family Macedonian. Europe. I'm European,
Macedonian.
Mate. Yeah, Greek, mate. I'm Greek.
Isn't that and don't they make all those those movies about the Macedonians and
Alexander the Great? Yeah, they owned most of the world at one point.
Yeah, and then what happened? He
was an alcoholic. He died at 32 of alcohol poisoning.
They know that?
Yeah,
alcohol fucking ruined people back then.
What would you do? Imagine if you own the entire world by about 28.
I wouldn't start drinking.
I'm gonna get fucked up for 4 years and then I'm gonna die. Like,
no, I wouldn't do that.
I bet he fucked a few boys as well because the Greeks used to do that as well. They take like one of their boys with them. Do you know what I mean? When they're going off to battle, you would have done that. I can see you. I can see you do that. Go off to battle. Take a couple of little boys.
Accent. I forgot my gun. Say I forgot. I don't have a gun.
Nice pair of buttocks.
I can't stop terrorism.
Can I say I hate these glasses? They really upset me. One of my best ways of getting to you is to look into your eyes because I know you hate when people look you in the eyes.
No, I know. That's why I avoid fucking eye contact.
I've been trying to find your eyes the whole time. Those glasses are so dark.
They're brand new. I just got them.
I can just about see them through. I can just about.
I didn't even pay my rent yet. And I'm buying fucking sunglasses. So,
You're like Tony Hawk's less famous brother.
Oh my God. Anyway,
Jerry Hawk.
Wait, you're moving to California.
Jerry Hawk, who performed
moving
the
to California.
On like not even a BMX, he had like a push bike that he was like riding when his brother was the best skateboarder.
I like when I'm hosting my own show and I'm barely here. Wait, are you? So you're moving to California?
Yeah, I'm going to Los Angeles, man. I've had enough.
Well, no, you'll never see him again. He'll end up fucking gay porn or some shit.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Finally, start making some money. Am I right?
They don't make money.
Yeah, a bit. They make more than they do as a fucking comedian in New York.
Where are you going to work? Where are you going to do spots?
My favorite clubs to do are.
Here's the thing. When have you ever lived in LA?
Yeah, I was out there for 3 months.
I'm looking at Pete.
Well, I can't tell. Maybe you should take your fucking glasses off.
Pointing.
Yeah, you really do need to point with your Dale
here's the
Senior Intimidator glasses
I know,
on.
but Louis J. Gomez, you know him?
Louis J. Gomez.
Anyway, he was just in LA. He was like, LA's so fucking sweet. And it's a big seductress. Like when you get out there, the weather's nice and everyone's nice to you. But then when you move there, they don't take your calls because they want to. Everyone's like obsessed with being likable, especially out there. So they're all nice and everything, and like, yeah, you should move out there. Then when you move out there, they don't want to deal with you because then you're like a fucking problem to them. Then you're trying to leech onto them or whatever. But that's your name anyway, right? Jeff Leach?
Great joke, Kevin.
No, I just realized I just
go down the
stumbled on a
history books.
fucking joke. It happens when you're as gifted as I am. Sometimes you just fucking luck out.
Just stumble on something
Anyway.
like that.
So, are you worried about? Are you worried?
No, because I don't. I'm.
You have
It
some
hasn't
money?
seduced me. I don't
You have
fucking
some-
like it.
Yeah, no, you
don't like
you get
LA.
to take your shirt. Why
I
don't you
think
do your shirt? Why don't you take your
LA
shirt off now?
In LA, I can do like 3 nice
LA.
shows a week if I'm.
LA.
Say especially. Say especially. You just said it especially.
Can you do any accents,
You're
Pete?
mocking me.
Talking to Pete.
You're mocking me. I can just say what he says right after he
that's-
says it. and
that's
all
what I can do.
I'm yielding a sword. I don't know. I could see you yielding a
Wielding.
sword.
You don't yield it. Yield it is give it over. You would yield the sword. I would wield
Wield
the
it.
sword.
No, but Jeff, you know why you'll love it?
You go, oh, gee, sorry. Gee whiz, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I stabbed you with my
Did I
sword.
stab you with my sword? I didn't mean to do that.
Jeff, you know why you love it in LA? Because you can take your shirt off a lot.
No, I hate it in LA. This is what I've said. If you fucking listened once in a while, Kevin, and took off your
what?
hater blockers, I'm not hating on you. I'm the only comic who really likes you. Why would
Really?
you push me away? Look, I'm smashing up your desk. I'm that annoyed about
On
this.
my desk.
Like, I'm gonna fucking punch you.
No, but do you know that LA you'll like it because everyone's like a narcissist and they all like to. You're outside the whole time.
No, you know what I like? I like the weather because it makes me less fucking depressed on a daily basis. And every other aspect of LA, I find I can only do 3 nice shows there because I don't have the credit. I don't have credits, late night credits like Pete. So I don't get bookings at the bigger clubs. I get like shit 5-minute spots, which you can barely fucking introduce yourself. You can do like a few jokes. You can't really get into a grit of a set in 5
but
minutes.
as soon as they hear your accent,
Then I
they
have to
know
perform
who
with
you
a
are.
million fucking cunts, and every single one of them is there because they want to be famous rather than they love doing comedy. But the question you asked me before, there's a few nice venues that I get to work at now, so I just go down to them.
Where you work?
I like Venice Townhouse, which is like a free show on a Wednesday night, but it's 150 people, low ceilings, proper comedy club vibe. I
What
like
is it when
West
it's
Side
not?
Comedy.
What is it when it's not a comedy club?
What, they just have
dance
other
hall.
events down there.
It's a
Down there,
dance
the
hall where they
hall.
square dance and
They do
do-si-dos.
burlesque directly after the show. Actually, they have like a lot of naked girls in there. But and then West Side Comedy Theatre. I love that one because it's run by like a group of 7 comics. And
Santa
it's
Monica?
Really nice. It's like
Santa Monica?
Yeah, it's really nice. So there's a few nice venues now. But I'm not going there to do great comedy. Otherwise, I just stay in New York. You know.
You're going there to act, right?
I'm going there to get some more acting work, and also I got some hosting stuff out there, which pays my fucking bills.
What do you mean hosting?
Hosting things like red carpet events and press junkets for movies.
Oh, because of England? Because your England connection?
No, because I'm talented, Kevin.
What is he gonna host?
So you know when people do movies, Kevin,
Yeah.
big movies, they have premieres for them, and before the premiere they have like a press junket. So you'll sit with the actors and you'll ask them questions, and then they need someone to ask those questions. There they are. There they fucking are. Yeah. So I'm going to be
who's
doing.
gonna,
I do some of
who's
that.
gonna hire you to host?
A company called Loot Crate has already been hosting.
So you already been hired
I've
by
been doing
them.
it. Yeah, I've been talking to Hugh Jackman and
It's a British company.
guy from Guardians of the Galaxy whose name I forgot. Chris
Pratt.
Pratt. People like that.
So wait, so they're hiring you
They're an
to
American
do it?
company. American company.
and they hired you.
Most
because-
Americans find Brits very charming because we
Your
don't
accent.
wear
Your
sunglasses
accent.
during
No, because it's Simon Cowell, and no matter how mean it is, it still sounds dainty or quaint. or
Simon
something
Cowell
like that.
sounds like a bit of a dick, I think, most
Yeah,
of
he's
the
But
time.
with the accent,
very,
it's
very
still-
pompous,
but
isn't
with
he?
the accent, it still makes it more palatable.
Well, it's the same. Like people in England absolutely love American accents. We find Americans way
you
cooler.
don't.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we
So
do.
if I were to go over there with my Midwest accent, I'd be like, "Hey, could I have some milk and cheese?"
Oh, that's
They'd be
so
like,
charming.
You have
sounds so
an
intelligent.
American tourist accent, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? You sound because you're from the Midwest, right?
Yeah.
So you sound like you came over and you're going to wear like a fanny pack around the front. And be like, oh, gee, Bob, look at this beautiful building.
So,
kind
so
of thing.
let's go back to you.
Whereas
so,
he can go and do a comedy club and people will be like, oh, that sounds pretty cool because he sounds grumpy and American, New Yorky, you know,
He sounds East Coast.
East Coast. They like that.
so you're already hired for like red.
I've been doing some work and I can get more of it if I go out there. And I want to pay my bills. I just spent 10 grand on a fucking green card, man. I need to pay some, replace some savings. I'm broke, Kevin, but not as broke as you, apparently.
So
Well, you just told me you can't pay your rent this
what
month.
did
I
Tonight
paid my
Show
rent.
pay you?
I actually have my check in my pocket because I'm.
what, from
no,
the
it's
Late
in my
Show?
backpack. Let's
go cash it.
He paid me $1,500, and then after all the taxes and FICA and all that stuff, I made like $939.
And what about going manager
pretty
and
good.
agent and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'll have to pay my manager 10% of that, so $150. And
You're going to get like $750 or something, 800.
Tacky to take
750.
10% of a Tonight Show check.
Yeah, I mean, but they worked hard. And they,
Yeah, I
but
get
they were the ones that they invited Jimmy to one of my live shows, and then he saw me live, and then wanted me to come on the show.
So they're the reason you got it. All right, yeah.
They totally earned that $150.
Also, you don't do something like Jimmy Fallon to get a great check, do you? You do it so you can hopefully get 1,000 more.
But they're still taking 10% of not a great check. That's tacky.
Maybe. You know what? I think I'm still blown away and depressed by the fact that you only got 1,000 Twitter followers. Does late shows? How do you become successful as a comic now? What do? You just have to.
I'm not going to ask you.
I think it's all marbles in
You're
a
a host.
jar.
You're a host.
Which one of us? Point at us.
First of all, I don't even know, because back in the day, you would become a comic to get the Tonight Show or to get the Letterman Show.
Yeah.
So now I don't know why people become. I don't even know. I don't even know why open micers start to do comedy.
Because they think they're going to get.
But wait. So you're going to go to England and host, and then you're going to also try to get movies and stuff.
I'm not going to England.
I mean, you're going to go to Hollywood as an English comic to
You
host.
got dementia. What the fuck is
A little
happening?
bit. It is early.
On the set of early
On a Monday.
Beverly Hills,
how are you
England.
how are you gonna make money? How are you gonna make money?
Well, because that pays a lot of money. So I do
Hosting
like one, yeah, I
things?
do like one of those events, and it's like between $7,000 and $10,000.
Oh, yeah?
1 day's work, yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
So that pays my rent, and then it means I can fuck about, being a struggling.
Do you have an agent in
A
a?
manager out there, not an agent.
And then they'll get you auditions for movies and
Any
stuff.
auditions for movies. I got an audition after this.
How about Game of Thrones and stuff like that?
I'd be great on that. I had an audition for it 2 seasons ago to play a Dothraki cow, and I didn't get it because, quote unquote, they replied to the email, said, Jeff was great, thanks for the tape. We're actually looking for actors that are more brown than him. I didn't get it because I wasn't brown enough. Yeah, I wasn't brown
You tan, right?
I do tan, but I was living in England at the time. This was like a couple, 2 or 3 seasons ago, so it was before I arrived in America.
You assume that a Middle Ages part, you're not going to want to be real bronze or anything.
I mean,
like that.
they're meant to be like from the Middle East, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
effectively, so I don't look brown enough.
So do you have
According
a
to Kevin, I'm a Middle Eastern, but Kevin
You are
is
Macedonia.
practically fucking translucent.
Macedonia is Middle Eastern.
I can see that he has no heart in his chest when he takes his
My
shirt
wife.
off.
The other day, my wife. I was wearing shorts. My wife goes, "God, your legs are really white." Sometimes it's just because it's she hasn't seen him in a while because. If we have sex, I wear pants. But if we have sex, I'm underneath the fucking blankets.
Yeah, you do it through a hole in the sheet like a Hasidic Jew.
No, I'm just saying she doesn't really see it. And then it was like a clear day or whatever. I was wearing shorts and it was like a spring fucking cleaning. And then she's like, "Holy shit!" Because my wife's Hispanic, so sometimes she is like a wake up call, like how pale I am.
Yeah.
The Irish are not. They're in bad shape.
What does she want you to do? Like go tanning and like?
No, it's just like it'd be like if your husband has a little dick and then you see it in the light, you're like, wow, that's a little dick. You know what I mean?
Little pale dick.
Yeah, that's a very little. No, because
say that
sometimes
to you
it's just.
as well,
No, I'm
Kevin.
saying it's like it would be like a wake up call if it's just like if you're confronted with it. You know what I mean? Like if my wife was fat, she's not. But if she was fat, and then all of a sudden
Be like,
she
"God,
opens
you're
the
fat."
blinds, and I'm like, wow, you're really fat. I wouldn't say that, of course.
Yeah.
If I said it with an accent, it might fucking pay off.
Get away with it, really?
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
doubt it.
really fat.
You're really. How would you say it? So you don't have a girlfriend here?
I don't have a girlfriend, no.
So when's the last time you had a girlfriend?
I mean, what do you consider? What you mean, a committed relationship?
No, dude, I don't know. This moving to. Can you just still live here and then go fly out there?
You're gonna
when
miss
you
me,
host?
Kevin. Are you gonna miss me?
No,
Because
I don't
I'm the
even
only
see you. I
comic
don't even
who's
see you.
nice
But
to
did you get banned from the Comedy Cellar? What happened with the Comedy Cellar?
There once a week. That's all I get booked. Once a week.
And then you do well.
I do really well when I perform
His
there.
act
Yeah.
have you ever seen his act?
That's great.
It's very confrontational.
No, it's not.
Even that was confrontational.
I mean, no, it's not confrontational.
Did you ever?
You've never watched it properly. You've never watched my set.
ever
How would
see-
you have a fucking clue?
I watch your set all the time. What do you? How do you know
not
if I'm
true.
watching your set? You know if I'm watching your set.
No, I can't tell. With
Be
the, sun-
fucking nice, Kevin. Come on.
with the sunglasses on, I can't tell where you're looking.
No, but that woman threw. She threw a.
Oh, I had
glass,
2 moments. I had one confrontation
Where do you see
with
him
an
do his
audience
act?
member.
At
This
the
is why I'm
stand?
gigging the
Stand
comedy
in the
center
He's not
last week.
confrontational.
I don't know. I mean, most New York comics are confrontational, and then I get up there.
Oh, I'm not
No, I'm saying he's
confrontational. You're fucking
with the audience.
You're both retarded. You haven't seen me do my act. You don't know what you're talking
But
about.
you don't do jokes. You more like you mix it up with the crowd, right?
I see you do material.
I am gonna fucking punch you like that guy. I am gonna go.
I mean,
for it.
you don't-
You're being a dick. I do jokes.
I'm not
I do
being a
lots
dick.
of
I'm just
jokes.
saying that's my observation. You like to mix it up with the crowd. I do too, but you like
why
to
don't-
really mix it up with the crowd.
No, you like to do the same material you've done for 40 years. That's how you
Or
do.
40.
40, I said. 40.
40. Imagine
I have
if
jokes,
the same,
lots of jokes, lots of
talk about
stories,
an hour.
and it's not
4E,
confrontational.
it's like an apartment.
It's what it
4
is, man.
years.
If I go on stage, when I was there, I was having a bit of a bad week, and I was probably in a bit of a low place. And 2 comics before I went on that night at the Comedy Cellar had not. Had told someone to shut up in the audience, and they weren't shutting up. They just weren't talking, and they hadn't been thrown out, which normally at the Cellar, they're really good at that. They normally go in, grab them, chuck them out. So when I went on stage, this woman started going blah, 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 off to the right, and I just went, oh, for fuck's sake. I was like, you've been asked to be quiet twice. So what's going on? What are you doing? What are you talking about? And she was like, why don't you just do your stuff, okay? And we'll do what we're doing, okay? And I was like, I am trying to do my stuff, madam, but it's difficult for me to do my stuff when you're acting like an ignorant cunt. And
You said cunt?
yeah, and apparently that doesn't go down very well in America. In England, it's a
That was
term
your
of
first set here?
endearment.
That was your first set
So then
in
her husband
America?
got up and was like, "Oh, what the fuck, man?"
Her husband was there?
Yeah. So I go,
would you
dude.
call her a cunt? What do you give a shit?
Because she was a cunt, and I said, dude.
You're only doing 10 minutes. What do you give a shit if she's a fucking cunt? That's what I don't
we do 15s
understand,
down
huh?
there anyway. 15s, you know that. I don't know why you would
When's the last time you called somebody
make
a
out
cunt,
like I'm doing a
Pete?
check spot. What the fuck?
Oh my God. It's been a long time. I remember I was doing a show in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and this lady was being a cunt, and I was
And you were headlining?
I was the middle act for what's his name? He was in A Few Good Men. He does impressions. Kevin
Pollock.
And they were like, you got to be really clean. And there was this lady sitting in the front row, just this fat lady being an asshole. And I was like, hey, please just be quiet. I need to like train you to be good for when Kevin comes up here
Yeah.
and yada, yada, yada.
And it's true, though. The feature
Yeah.
should train if the MC has, then the feature should do it.
Yeah, and I was trying to tell, and the audience was really great, but she just wouldn't shut up. And I was like, you're being something that I want to call you, but I don't want to call you it.
Yeah.
And the whole crowd was like, call her it! Call her it! Call her it! And,
Especially in Indiana.
yeah, and-
like, we'll say it for you.
yeah, and so I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to say it. I won't call you this, blah, 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 blah.
You're like the church lady.
I was flirting with it for like 10 minutes. And then I was like, all right, thank you. Good night. I'm Pete Lee. You're a cunt. Bye. And I walked on stage.
That's a good one.
It's nice. It's a nice way to
Good
deliver
way to
it.
do it.
Yeah. And, it was
Cunt and run.
It was a crescendo. Yeah, it was a cunt and run. It was a drive-by cunting.
And Kevin Pollock didn't care, right?
I got into the back of the room and Kevin Pollock was in a chair just like crying, laughing. He was like,
good.
that was great. I loved how you did that. And then he went up there and the first thing he did was call her a cunt.
Good.
And but she ended up getting kicked out like 5 minutes into his act anyway. But I don't know. At the Comedy Cellar, it's weird. At the Stand, I've gone off on people, even me, because some people are insufferable. And when that
Plus, they're really, and that's a little room, and so you got to control that.
you got to control it. And when that husband or boyfriend gets involved, it's always a weird vibe because they always. There's two things that either happen. They're either just they want to fight because they're an asshole too, or they kind of like.
No, it's a it's a machismo. I'm sticking up for my woman.
Yeah,
But it's also, you're very aggressive. You're an aggressive guy. You're wearing
I'm
a
not an
tight
aggressive
shirt,
guy.
tight pants,
I'm
tight
not
underwear.
aggressive. Kevin,
He's an alpha.
Kevin, you're making retarded comments. Like, you got sit down and watch what my act is, and you're no, I'm not an
You're
aggressive
telling me,
guy.
you're telling me what my interpretation of your act is. I'm saying it's very. You don't think it's aggressive when you wear tight
I'm saying
pants?
I don't think you've watched my act. I think you just
I watch your
making
act
shit
every
up.
chance I get. I just work the good clubs and you don't, so I don't see as much as I should. Burning bridges.
burning bridges.
I'm
Jesus,
aggressive.
Jesus.
He's not Pete. Come on, back me up. He's moving. Isn't he aggressive? Isn't his act a little aggressive compared to yours?
I mean, compared to mine, everything's like.
What I'm saying, like, for you to say he could call it and it's charming, but if you call somebody a cunt, you're basically daring the fucking husband to step in.
I'm saying the last time you saw me do a set, and it was probably around that time, so it was a very different thing. I try not to even swear on stage anymore, so I barely even swear on stage anymore.
I will say this, I mean, because I've only seen your act be intelligent and thoughtful, but just your physical presence, you're an alpha. And so any other alpha in the room, once you get up on stage, they're like, I want to challenge that alpha. I could see that.
Yeah, okay. Right. That's a different comment.
Even when I do crowd,
You're an aggressive asshole.
no, but it is an alpha's aggressive type of guy, and also it's the clothes you wear. So it's like if you go up dressed like Fonzie, you know what I mean? They're like
Fonzie was a very charming guy.
No, but I'm saying like if you
was
go up,
cool.
if you wear
He
a
was
fucking
double
leather, if
thumbs
you wear a
up.
leather, you wear the opposite of that. You wear like you dress like a fucking biker in the summer.
I am a biker.
So that's what I'm saying. So you can't just call a woman a cunt. Pete can.
I understand what you're saying.
Here's
But
my point about a short set. Like, don't even waste your time. Just let the next guy deal with it. Like, it's you're not going to gain anything.
You're right. But the whole reason
if you're doing 30 minutes and then but if you're doing 45, you got to deal with it. But if it's 15 minutes, just go like, hey, can you shut up? Plus at the cellar, they police the room anyway. Even at Dangerfields, when I used to work there, they don't police the room, and I would like usually let it go, and then until it just you had to deal with it because it was fucking up the room, you know.
Yeah.
I think it was because I watched the other two acts before me. Plus, I was still very new in New York. This thing was a long time ago. It was when I had a fight with a guy outside the club afterwards. He waited for me outside, and I went outside, and he sucker punched me. So I beat the shit out of him.
You actually got in a fight with a guy?
That's why I got. You know this. You know all this. I don't know why you're acting like you're like for the purpose of the podcast.
I didn't know exactly. I don't remember everything that happened to everybody.
I wasn't booked at the cellar for a 3-month period, and now I'm booked again.
The guy was waiting for you?
He was waiting outside the venue.
And he sucker punched you.
I walked out the front of the venue, and he sucker punched me, so I opened his fucking head up.
Oh, then you beat him up.
Yeah, and cut his head all up, and
oh my!
I had all my rings on.
They banned you for that?
Well, I had 3
That's
months out.
ridiculous.
And now I'm back. But there was a couple other things. Anyway, so now I keep my head down. I do my very positive, happy, upbeat, charming on stage persona material.
Speaking of the C word, you think white comics can use the N word?
No.
When's the last time you said the N word, Pete?
Oh my God!
That's when you're fucking your girlfriend?
Yeah, I call her that. I call her it all the time. No, I don't. I just did a show yesterday, Cutting Comics at a black barbershop up in Harlem.
No, for real.
No, for real. I did it's a web show.
Cutting Comics.
Yeah, it's Kenny's show, and we had this whole
like
debate,
like cutting like barber.
Yeah, and we had this. They went around and they were asking everybody, you know, like about the N word and whatever. And I was like, I'm just gonna shut up and I just shut up.
Who's on? It's mostly black guys.
It was mostly black guys.
Where's the barbershop?
It's on Lexington Avenue in Harlem, kind of near the Apollo Theater.
And who hosts it? Kenny who?
Kenny Mayne.
Oh, Kenny Mayne.
Yeah, Kenny Mayne.
From ESPN?
Kenny Warren.
Oh, black comic?
Yeah.
So it was all black comics and you?
There were 2 white guys and then mostly black comics, but a whole black barber shop. I mean,
here we go. Here's a Cutting Comics.
Yeah, it's a cool show and it's authentic.
I paint Easter eggs. I didn't know what it was about as a Jew boy yet. You know, as a kid. One of my friend's fathers explained to me what Easter was really about, and then everybody looked at me.
So this is who's this?
Painted, we didn't do
I have no idea who this guy
is.
is.
It was like back in the day.
Kenny's
name is Brostein.
So they show him in a barber chair and then they show a stand-up?
Yeah, I guess, but I think that
I like how they got to do different things to sell stand-up.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, the guy's jumping out of a plane.
Well, it's like comics
and then he's
in
gonna
cars, drinking coffee or whatever.
I know, but it's
like
all
put them in a different location where you can relax, talk.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah.
When you explained it to me, it became much more sexy because of your accent. I thought it was dumb till you sold it with your fucking accent.
Producers like that one.
They must be watching a YouTube channel from the weekend. Anyway, who's that? Another black dude.
I don't know.
Listen, you know, I said
you didn't even say the word then. You just refused to.
I posted something on the weekend and I said, and I got more comments. It had over 200 comments on. It had like 30 likes, but 200 comments because people just jump in. Everybody has an opinion.
You said the.
I said it's fucked that black people can say whatever they want and white people can never say it. Like, what other word is like that? You know what I mean?
But we could say that word for a long time.
Pete,
and we were
Pete,
bad.
Pete,
And
listen, I know, but I didn't. Okay, I didn't have no slaves. I had one. I sold it when I was a kid. But listen, here's the point. When I'm on the train and I'm with my kids and it's fucking N-word with the kids just get out of school. I live in Jersey City.
Kids say it a lot.
Kids say it, but not only the black kids, the Hispanic kids, they all say it. So then my kids hear it, and my kids are like half white, so they can say it when every other weekend. You know what I mean? Like they can say it because you know what I mean. Like
say it, but really
because I was gonna joke about like if you're half black, you can say it when like Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Like
when they're singing.
It's fucking ridiculous. So like, and everybody goes, "Oh, black people." And then people are jumping in. Who I don't even know. You don't know. I go, I do know. And to act like black. What really galls me is that white audiences think black comics are at a disadvantage because at their job, black people are at a disadvantage because they can't read or write. So when they go to comedy shows, and they see a black comic and they're like, oh my God, he's probably got an uphill battle. No, it's totally opposite, because they can say whatever the fuck they want. The audiences are rooting for them. They're rooting for you, Pete, because they think you're, they think you're a child. And then they're rooting for you until you start fucking call people a cunt, you know what I mean, because of the accent. But as a white comic, they're not rooting for me. So to act like, black people, white comics can't say anything. I have to like get every joke approved now before I fucking finish it. If it's I don't do anti-women jokes or anti-anything, but like every joke has to be approved by the fucking PC police. I know why I'm talking to you. You're a fucking snowflake.
You're regressing. You're making me regress back to when I was a kid. This is just like my dad screaming.
I just want to see, Pete,
night.
have you ever said the N-word?
I'm sure that I've rapped it in the song, but like in general, I don't know. I was raised that you just don't say that, and
Raised.
and
raised with like.
I don't know. I mean, but I do like hanging out with you right now because I feel like I'm at Thanksgiving with my grandparents. This makes me feel like I'm at home.
What the fuck? You're not even black and you're 45 minutes late? We're just talking about the N-word.
Oh, okay.
This guy's a real Arab.
Okay.
So I thought I'd invite him because he's been on Misery Loves Company, and he's usually got a take on terrorism and whatever. But we're talking about the N-word. His name's Hatem. There's Pete Lee. Do you know Pete?
Hi. How are you?
You know Jeff, right?
Hi, Hatem. How are you?
Anyway, so you think only black people should use the N-word, or you don't care because you got enough problems with being a terrorist?
Yeah, this is the last thing we care about, really.
They don't. So you guys don't have an opinion, right?
No, I think everybody should use whatever they want as long as they do it in the right stuff,
Like what, at home? Like how use the N-word?
When's the right time for a white person to use the N-word?
When you're rapping.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's it.
When you're rapping. But the thing is, people, like everybody, most people live in a segregated world. You know what I mean? Like if they're white, they live around white people. They go to the white mall. I'm not. I'm in a mixed fucking world. So when I hear these kids on the train like N-word, 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 motherfucker, right after they get out of school, because I live near a school, so they get out of school, they jump on the train. My kids hear all these fucking, they start looking at me and they laughing because, motherfucker, cunt, shit, whatever. And then you're like, so what am I supposed to tell my kids, So these kids can use it, and then if you're white and you use it, then you're fucking bad, or like what other word, like I was joking the other night on stage, like retard is a bad word, but do retards call each other retards? You're like, you're my retard when they see each other at retard camp? You know what I mean?
Some of them probably, yeah.
They're like, no, that's
Let me
our
ask you a
word.
question.
Yeah,
why in this whole rant are you comfortable sort of going, motherfucker, can, blah, 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 but you actually haven't said the word that you want to talk about?
Basically,
you don't want your kids to say that word, do you?
Basically, black people taunt us by using it all the time because they're like, we can say it all the time, and then you can't say it all. If you say it even once, you're going to get beat up. It's fucking ridiculous. And the fact that they still go, like, even if I put it on Facebook, like, as a joke, I said, like, it's reverse racism. I was making a joke. I said, I think it's reverse racism. Let me Google it. Like, I was making a joke about black people can say the N-word and white people can never say it. So then I made a joke, and then people are still chiming in, like, how dare you? I'm like, how dare me? It's Facebook. I mean, I don't give a shit.
Do you want a real reason why? Or not?
No, I don't want your fucking Macedonian
you don't
reason.
Want an actual reason why?
Anyway, let's talk about terrorism. So what's?
Hey, here's an open question.
He's British. Atem, he's British. Atem, he's British. And you think the Arabs don't fucking lick their lips thinking about going to Britain and they don't have to deal with fucking cops with guns?
Well, I'm not talking, basically.
I know you're not representing the whole Arab fucking land.
Well, you're talking about Muslims or Arab, because
I don't know.
It's difference. There's
You
a
guys
big
know the difference in the booth? Nobody knows. So are you an extremist Muslim?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
What
We're
are
going to
you
go
trying
through
to
your
say?
backpack.
Well, they
Are you extremely fashionable?
I didn't come with backpack at all. No, well, see, the thing is, like, again, it's you call them Muslims, we don't, so the terrorists.
Called who Muslims?
The terrorist, attacks.
What do you call them?
I don't know. What do you call the guy in Times Square that was running over the people with the car?
An asshole?
Somebody said he was drunk.
So you call him drunk or you call him whatever, but
Somebody said I saw somebody on ESPN. They were talking about something, and then the guy goes, "And that guy in Times Square, he was drunk." drunk driving. He wasn't drunk. He was he was trying to kill people. I don't know what his affiliation
terrorist
was.
attack,
what was
isn't
his
it?
affiliation?
He was drunk on white people hate.
But like what? I don't know. I don't even know what they figured out. Do you know what I'm talking about, Jeff? You look confused.
I know. I'm just
guy who
keeping my
drove through
mouth
Times
shut now.
Square.
There's no point in me talking. So
Why?
I'm just listening to you, Kevin. It's letting you rant it out.
You're an
go
alpha.
ahead.
You're an alpha.
And I'm allowing you to be.
Hey, let me
alpha.
ask you one more question.
You're British. You know what happened
What?
over there. I mean,
I wasn't there, mate. I was here. So I mean, I'm aware of what happened. So as far as the news reported it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't call terrorist Muslims either. They're fanatics. They're not.
There you go.
They're not representative of the religion. They're representative of a very small section of the religion on the far right. Just in the same way, the fucking Christians who go and like terrorize kids in Africa are not real Christians or Catholics. They're fucking
in
lunatics.
Africa. What are they doing?
Killing children, man. Going into villages.
Christians are?
Yeah, fuck yeah, man.
Man.
Yeah, fucking right now, bro. Right now in Africa.
Let's go
There's
to-
guys
Cut
fucking
to it.
killing all the men in the village. They'll
So you
rape
can't
the
just
women
bring up
and they'll take the
you
kids
can't
and
bring
turn
up
them into-
random shit.
It's not random shit.
It's not in the news.
It's
Terrorism
exactly
is in the
parallel.
news. It's on
Of
every
course it's not
fucking
in the
news.
That is the
And why
point
is
they were
it
trying
not
to
the
make.
fucking
Because it's
news?
not happening.
No one gives a shit in America about
Because you're
Africa.
making it up
You
for
don't
an
give a
argument.
fuck about Africa. You don't give a fuck about Africa. You give a fuck about London or New York or your own fucking land.
Come on,
Because
man.
people in America are so small-minded. All they see is America. This is the best country in the fucking world. It's not. You just haven't travelled.
Are you here then if it's not the best country?
Work to take your money. That's why I'm here, to take money from people like
Like
you.
when they go, I don't like it here, and Jim Jeffries, he's a
Hey,
fucking
I didn't
clown.
say I don't like
Okay,
it here. I
he
said
acts
there's
like
a
he's
very
American.
Nah. Don't fucking
He acts like
paraphrase.
he's
I didn't say I
American.
don't like being an American. I didn't say I don't like Americans. What I said is there are a large amount of Americans who are very small-minded about the rest of the world, and they do not give a shit about Africa. Why would they give a shit about Africa? They don't. They don't give a
we don't
shit
deal
about
with Africa.
because
We're
you
not
don't
near
do any
Africa.
business
we
with
give
them.
a shit
That's
about
why.
Mexico. We went.
Nah, you don't give a shit about
tacos.
Mexico. No one gives a shit about. You give a shit about Mexico when you want to go down there for spring break and get fucked up. That's about it.
Right,
That's
Pete?
about it.
Yeah. Let's go to Africa. Spring break.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Spring break, Zimbabwe.
Let's go liberate some kids in Africa.
That'd be the new MTV one.
Yeah.
Because they run out of ideas.
But I mean, I guess I don't know if this is what you're
Spring
saying,
break
but
Africa. I'd actually watch that. That would be incredible.
But there's really bad shit that happens every day, everywhere, and
There you go.
like the stabbing that happened and the running over. Like I don't think that in Queens there was somebody that ran over people, but I guarantee that there were several stabbings in Queens
Yeah, it
that
wouldn't be
same
reported.
day.
It wouldn't be
but it's
reported.
not.
We didn't jump out of a van and say we're doing this for Allah. Can I say Allah or am I not allowed?
Aloe vera.
you
Is
can't
that-
say the H at the end.
Luckily, I mumble
Doing this for
words.
softer skin.
Even the terrorists will be like, he didn't say Allah, he said aloe.
Yeah, you can
You know how
say
the
Allah.
Muslims they worship cocoa butter and aloe vera and vitamin E. No, but
You
Anyway.
can say Allah without the H at the end.
Oh, okay, like
gotta take
the
that.
N word.
Yeah.
And no, but anyway, no. If you come out of first of all, I know they get on the news, but it's not shit like that is not happening in Africa because CNN and Anderson Cooper would be there. You know what I mean? It's like it's
I'll tell you-
a
I'll tell
big
you what.
story. It's a big story if every fucking other week someone's getting killed by fucking terrorists. It's
Yeah, but the same-
it's scary.
the same-
Luckily, I say I'm in my act when I go on the road. I don't draw big crowds, so that's safe from terrorism. You know what I mean? Because usually they go where the crowds are. They go to Times Square. They
Ariana
go to a
Grande
fucking
concerts,
Ariana
yeah.
Grande concert. And does she have to look hot every time? Can't she look like shitty? People were just killed. You know what I mean? I saw a picture.
Yeah.
She was at the hospital and she was laying near and I'm like, I still want to fucking jerk off to it. You know what I mean?
yeah, she's wearing her like somber thong.
Yeah. I mean, she's so fucking. I don't know how old. Can I say she's hot?
She's
Is she-
23. She's 23. You can say
Very
it.
hot.
Anyway, no, but she's like real. Isn't she little and you could fucking spin her? You
She's
probably
attractive. Yeah, you can
Right.
pick her up and
fidget
make
spinner.
sweet
Yeah,
love to her
she's a-
against a wall.
She's the original fidget spinner. But anyway, so what do you think when that happens? Hatem's like a real fucking Arab.
Yeah, I mean,
Country are you from?
I'm Egyptian.
But you guys are on that. You guys a lot of times you're in the middle. You're in the middle between like hardcore and like.
I mean, yeah, we've been,
You're fairly friendly with the Jews, right? The Egyptians.
yeah. We are.
They want to work in Hollywood too.
We do. But the point I'm trying to make is like the same terrorist attack happened a couple of days ago in Afghanistan and in Iraq. ISIS killed a lot of people and nobody cared, you know? So because it sells more when it's, you know, in England or in New York and all that, you know?
Absolutely.
So
It's a white, yeah. It's better for CNN. I always say like CNN's got to fucking, if they didn't show this shit, it would slow down.
be
I don't know if
nothing,
it would
yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
It's like with the when they used to when a guy would in a baseball game, a guy would jump onto the field. They used to show him because everyone loved it, but then they stopped and it stopped. It's not the same thing, but if they don't get publicity from it, but CNN fucking loves it. They all love it. The media loves it, so that's fucked up too. So yeah, so when people when they blow up, I don't know, they blew up. How many people died in Afghanistan? Like almost 100, right?
Yeah,
And they blew up a fucking huge truck or whatever.
they
It's like-
did.
I saw the news. There was like a huge crater in the concrete, so it's like a sizable.
Yeah, they don't even like play it in the regular news. They'll play it like in a sports section or something.
Yeah,
like,
no.
something just the Yankees
after the
won
weather.
and he died, and like nobody cares, But again, any attack right away, everybody assume it's Muslim. Until the name is not Muhammad or Ahmed or something like that, then they don't care. They keep it moving.
Yeah.
Like the Mississippi thing is a terrorist attack too. You're trying to terrify people, right?
Where?
Mississippi, the guy that shot eight people. The black guy. See, you guys don't even know.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm aware of it. I'm just
No,
like,
but
trying
that
to watch
was-
Kevin's face. As he
Yeah, but that was what was that for? What was that for? Why'd he do it? Well, it was a cop thing, right? Wasn't he a cop thing?
no,
to kill
no.
cops?
It wasn't a cop. But I mean,
What
like,
was it? Well, don't bring it up and don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It's terrorist trivia.
terrorist attack.
What do you know
I
about
have to
Mississippi?
explain he's not.
What was it then? What was it?
I don't know the guy, but I mean,
What did he kill
I
him
assume
for?
I know everybody that does something. He killed 8 people.
So you're trying to say him that being Arab?
It wasn't.
Arab-
I mean, it was considered a terrorist attack because of the number of people that were killed. But it wasn't like done for a god or anything like that. He was just a fucking lunatic who just decided I'm going to go and kill people.
Okay, well,
And
here-
that fucking lunatic on Facebook Live who went, I'm going to go and kill a load of people, right?
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Yeah, I was joking about that over the weekend. They always call the guy like the alleged killer.
Yeah.
I'm like, he did it. He
did it.
posted
Has
it.
video footage of him
Yeah, then
doing
I said,
it.
then right after he did it, he poked me and he said, I did it. So
I guarantee. I was going to say, guarantee if his name.
One
was
thing is like
Muhammad,
whenever there's like a mass murder or attack or something, I know right away if it's Muslim or if it's not. Like right away.
Because they alert you.
No, I look at my
you can hear it
calendar.
from the top of the mosque. And they're just like,
Look at my calendar,
they're
see if
coming
there's
from-
events today.
Oh, yeah, he looks at his calendar if it's Ramadan or you guys know.
No, because
right? It's
you
like
could
my
tell-
wife's period. It's like 6 days.
Yeah, you
after
could tell.
it's in a certain range.
Tells you if there's an event today or gathering or anything. No, because if somebody
Joking. He's joking, everybody.
if somebody used a gun or something, it's probably not Muslim. But if he killed himself or stabbed or something,
Muslims can't get guns now, or it's too expensive.
no, they just don't care. They wanna do like stabbing or bombing.
Barbaric.
They want like a big.
It needs to be more scary than not anyone could do this by going out and
it's
getting
terror,
guns. Sorry, anyone could do this. That's the
Yeah.
idea. It's a fear thing, though, isn't it? The whole like you're saying, you're right. People don't talk about the other shit because it's fear. CNN wants you to be fucking shit scared.
Yeah. How many syllables is that?
3. There's 14 syllables in fear.
One. Fear.
Yeah.
Fear.
But it's all a mirror because people don't care about anybody else; they care about themselves. But when they see white people being attacked in London, they think, well, that could be me.
Yeah.
It's all about it's a narcissistic thing. But when you see it happening in Afghanistan, you go, well, that's not me, that's them.
Yeah, it's so
Other
far
people.
away. That's never
You almost think like, well, they're asking for it by living in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
We live in a civilized country. But also, with Islam, you can connect the dots. So it's like they're all saying it's for Allah,
But it's not.
So this guy in Mississippi, he wasn't doing it for any specific reason, right?
No, I know. That the definition of terrorist is to do it for a political agenda, or religious agenda. You have to have your own reason,
I'm
he
saying
was
they're
doing
all
it for
connected.
himself,
That's
yeah.
why it's a better story because they're connected. My point is, I feel like I'm gonna have to give you guys a timeout.
I was just noticing that if my water bottle's here,
I'm
I
trying
can.
to get like a fucking Larry King thing going, like try to address some serious topics, and you guys are like fucking
trying to
playing,
address serious topics.
you guys
with
are playing
a pair of fucking
footsie
sunglasses on
and giggling.
You know what this is?
inside a building.
This is the Best Buy video camera department that I'm like, is it in frame? Is it out of frame?
Yeah.
It's in frame? Out? In?
No, but hot tub. One more question, then we'll talk about
Call him
dick
hot
pics.
tub.
I don't know. I call
Yeah, I know Kevin for 20 years. cares. He never said.
Wait, what's your name again?
Never. It's okay. It doesn't matter.
No, it's spelled like hate him, but I don't want to say hate him, so it's Hot Tom.
He was like a hair's breadth away from calling you Muhammad.
Yeah.
I could feel it. I could feel it.
When somebody blows up something or kills a bunch of people, do you lay low for that day? Do you get food delivered into your house as opposed to going out and picking it up yourself? I mean, if I was like, if the IRA was still active, I would be like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay inside.
No,
I
I
look
mean,
ethnically ambiguous. Like you could be
Because of his sneakers,
Arab.
but what if he wears his
Latin, you could be
sandals?
Latin or Hispanic, maybe.
yeah, but I mean, like you have to like take care of yourself, shave.
Do you wear what? Like, let's put it this way: would you wear your religious outfit after?
There is no
somebody
religious.
killed so many people.
No,
It's a culturally.
Do you go to religion? Do you go to
actually-
church? Do you go to the
No,
mosque?
It's a culturally representative outfit, though. Like I had a cab driver yesterday who had, the sort of the hat, the kind of, I guess, the Muslim garb as much as it would
cab
be.
driver
Which is like the
more
well, it's true.
cultural
The guy who picked me
thing.
up in my cab yesterday, had the long kind of,
Yeah.
kind of not dress, but I mean, that kind of.
Yeah.
Try to
that-
stab
He had
you?
the hat. No, but on his photo on Lyft, he didn't have that. He looked very Americanized.
Of course.
Because I asked him, I was like, oh, I'm interested. Why don't you have all your outfit on in the photo and stuff like that? And he was like, I get more work if I don't.
Yeah, it's true.
That's the reality. People won't book me or they'll cancel the cab.
Yeah,
Guys,
absolutely.
he's trying to get hosting gigs in LA.
Yeah, exactly.
Are
Yeah,
you
but that's the
learning
thing is, like-
Spanish just in case shit goes down?
What's that?
Are you learning Spanish just in case shit goes down? So you can be like, no, man.
No, actually, it's you can use it for the good. The Arabic.
Good of what? For Allah?
You can use it for the good. No, you can translate. First of all, people always look for you. Like, I have so many calls since the attack of like to come on shows and stuff like that, and people are like still convinced that I have some kind of
Work is
information.
pumping right now thanks
Yeah.
to those terrorists.
Yeah, and they really think that I know something that people don't. They will be like, "Hey, so yeah, what's going on?"
You shop at fucking CVS and, you drink Starbucks.
Yeah, it's just like, but it's the same. It's the same scenario. Something happened. We wait a day or two to find out if it's a Muslim or no. We all know it is. I'm by Muslim. I mean, people think he's Muslim.
Are you a Muslim, are you?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
How Muslim are you? Do you drink alcohol? Do you drink
I
alcohol?
get that question a lot. Like, you're not really Muslim, right?
Do you drink alcohol?
You have sex with white women, right?
Yeah. Why?
What does Allah feel about that?
That's not part of the faith, though. Do you drink alcohol?
How do you know? How do you know?
Because I grew up with Muslim kids. Do you drink alcohol?
No, I not right now because
but
it's
you have.
Ramadan.
You mean you're sober?
Have you done drugs?
No.
You had to think
weed.
about that.
Weed and stuff.
Yeah, so
like that.
you're not
Yeah.
a great Muslim.
Is
You're
weed a
you're
drug?
You're an average
Yeah,
Muslim.
but I mean, like it's different, Islam, the way they are presented, it's not they're not even close to being Muslim. But that's the point. Is religion is the point is all that you think of something and you study it and you believe in it and you're gonna find out at the end if it's right or wrong. Not in life. So you
I
don't.
can tell you that now. It's wrong. Gods don't exist. No gods exist. This is
No, I mean, you have the right to think whatever you want to think. I have
Do
the
you
right.
believe
to,
in God, Pete?
No, that's the weird. That's why it's
Did you
weird.
grow up
that-
really like?
I grew up religious. My
Christian?
dad is very religious, but my mom is a genius and she's also an atheist. And so my dad would take me to
She
church.
evolved into that, or that she was always that?
She was always that. I mean,
And they
she
got married anyway. Opposites attract.
yeah, it was. I don't know. I mean, they had a lot in common early on in their lives, and then nothing in common before they
They got
split.
divorced.
They got divorced when I was 3.
Three.
3, yeah.
You still ended up doing the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, my dad left on Christmas.
Oh
Wow.
my
Yeah,
God!
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
It's a-
That's a fucking good backstory.
I always have people say,
Because that's probably partly what reason he's a comic. You know what I mean? After a while, what else can you do?
Yeah.
you got to have something major wrong. But
Life was just a big joke. Then you realize life's a joke. Your dad leaves at Christmas. Did he even buy presents?
Yeah, he did. He took me out. He bought me this remote control car, and then he took me out to get batteries, and then he dropped me off. And then I was like, "Why is Daddy driving away?" And my mom was like, "Things are changing."
I'd rather be killed by a fucking Muslim than have that
He
happen.
didn't even talk to you about it. Like while he was getting the batteries, like, son, batteries are a lot like a marriage. Sometimes the energy drains out. Some shit like this.
Did he at least buy you like a 12-pack of batteries so you'd have plenty for when he wasn't around?
Oh, I think it was like a 4-pack. Yeah. Like, your mom's gonna have to get you more batteries after.
How
this.
many-
Which could get you the next lot. Yeah.
How many people in your family?
I have two brothers.
Older?
Two older brothers. Yeah, I'm the youngest. So
So at least they were there for you.
yeah, and they understood it, but then I didn't. I had no idea what was happening.
How old were they?
My 7, and then the 7 and 15. So
15.
Yeah,
So they've been together for a long time.
yeah.
You were the last of the. Is your 15-year-old brother? Is
You would
he?
have saved the relationship, baby.
Yeah, I was.
You were.
I really was. They were like, maybe we could try this, and they were getting along, and then I came along, and then I couldn't do it. I couldn't make it work.
Oh my God! What a fucking nightmare.
I know. That's
This is in
why.
Minnesota.
This is in Wisconsin. Yeah, and that's why I had to do the Tonight Show to try to save my parents' marriage, like the Parent Trap. Years later.
So proud of him. They were both there crying, watching you do the show.
Yeah.
And they sort of touched hands for the first time in 15 years
Yeah.
or whatever.
No, my dad. One time.
Yeah, a tear trickled down their face.
One time, my parents got divorced. They didn't.
Baby.
My parents didn't get divorced until I was like really old. But my dad just moved out into his apartment, you know. And I was doing the Letterman show. So my dad was like, he was telling everybody in his building that I was doing the Letterman show, and then, but when they did the Letterman show back then, it was like they would have a big block of commercials right before the last segment. So there was like this big, and my dad was like, what? The next day, he's like, what the fuck was with all those commercials? And they were going through a separation with my mom, and I was like, I know this is not going to help at all because my dad's just more agitated by these fucking block of commercials, and it's probably going to ruin any chance of them getting back together. You know what I mean? So as like no, because I mean as like a person, as a kid, you always want to like. Maybe this will help if I do the Tonight Show or.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get that. You always think that you could have done something,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I just read a book about all that. You know, whenever you're abandoned as a kid, you think that it's your fault because
Yeah.
when you experienced it, you were an idiot. You were 3 years old or you're however old you were, and you automatically think, I did that wrong. And so for the rest of your life, you fall into one of two categories that are actually the same. Either you identify as I'm a piece of shit, or you identify as I'm perfect, and I don't want anyone to see anything that's wrong with me. So that's why you get these people who like run marathons and which I have and do fundraisers and like I'm a good person and churchy people that are like, look at me, look at how great I am.
Yeah, because it's not my fault.
Yeah, the only reason why they're doing that is because inside they're like, I'm a piece of shit and I broke my parents up or I was abandoned, it was my fault, and now I'm trying to show everybody that I don't think I'm a piece of shit. And yeah, it's the weirdest thing that. You know, but like, so I mean, I joke around about that, but like, really, I did the Tonight Show because of that thing, you know. So, but I think about you know,
did your dad call you when you did it?
Oh yeah, I mean, we have a great relationship.
Got some more batteries for you, son.
Yeah,
Daddy's coming home.
he and I have a great relationship.
But it does
now.
sometimes. Like if like a lot of times in basketball players, they're like abandoned by their dad, but then when they make the NBA, their dad shows up because he wants to get paid
some
off.
money.
You know.
Yeah.
But your dad couldn't get any of that $1,500 that you got right after you commissioned your manager.
No.
50 after.
very little
after
left.
tax.
No, my dad. He and I we made up
Did
when
your
I
dad
was.
remarry?
Yeah, he.
Do you have other kids?
No, he doesn't have any other kids, and he's so proud of me, and he's my friend now, and we're cool, and everything's good. But there's the residual effect of I'm still this guy, you know. But I thought about, you know, my mom actually apologized. She's like, I'm so sorry that happened, and I'm sorry that you've been living your life this way, and you know, you feel like you need to become famous to prove your worth or whatever it is. And I was like, Mom, I'm happy. Like I have a great life and I like my life and I'm realizing this thing. But, you know, if he wouldn't have left on Christmas, I could be a fucking insurance agent.
Right.
Some weird shit like that where I was in a cubicle at 39 and wearing pleated pants with a belt that cinches into my gut fat.
Right.
And
I saved you.
yeah, I would
Basically did you a favor.
much rather be me right now.
But it's still affecting you a little bit, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you think that the fact that your mum and dad split and that had effects on you, is that why you keep going back in your relationship with your lady?
I've explored that.
Does she know all this?
Oh yeah. Well, my girlfriend used to be a social worker. Like she has a degree in psychology, and so she's fucking with me. No, I'm kidding. But no, she knows.
Comics a lot of times date like teachers or people like social workers kind of thing because they're
Therapists and just people.
they're
that are
used
more
to
grounded.
you're used to handling like, you know, these like
Broken wing syndrome.
yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, her and I both have our issues, but it's tough because I've had some times where I've really freaked out with her, and she'll come back to me a day later and go, "Listen, I know why you freaked out, and it's this, this, and this, and this," and it's like deep shit that she's telling me is going on, and I'm like, "Fuck you, no, it's not." And then a day later, I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. I'm insecure."
What do you do when you freak out? You like knock your fucking glass of milk over? I just see you as like so clean cut where you're like, listen, fuck this Jello.
We have a pillow fight. Like, that's my domestic violence.
Because I have like when I get mad, I get like fucking like
You hit your kids.
no, like I don't hit my kids, but I get really mad. Like I gotta leave. I moved out of the house for a fucking year, so that's how mad I was.
Yeah, I get mad and
Wait, did you move out of the house or were you told to leave the
No,
house?
I moved. I fucking moved.
I thought she
I
kicked
moved
you out. I thought she was like,
fuck
get the
that,
fuck-
man. I said I'm getting the fuck out because she wouldn't. Here's the thing: if I would have waited for her to kick me out, it would have been so bad that it would have been like not fixable. But since I left, it was like she was like. It's like sometimes you got to make the first move because then they're like, well, wait, what did I do? You know what I mean? You can't. I knew because my wife's passed that she said she would wait till it was like done and then she would like get the fuck out of here. So I didn't want to wait that long.
Yeah.
But then when I did move out, my son would always like sleep in my wife's bed because he was freaked out because I guess he was 2 or 3.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's probably thinking like, well, dad left, maybe mom left too. So he would wake up and then always go sleep in her bed. So that would like freak me out, you know? Because my parents waited till we were older and then they split up like fucking Americans. You know what I mean? They stuck
what my
it
parents
out,
did,
even
yeah.
though they're miserable. I mean, they weren't miserable. They had
That's a generational thing.
They had
though,
10
as well. I think
kids,
that's a
so
generational
Yeah.
thing.
yeah, they had 10 kids, so they couldn't just like fucking leave. You know,
My parents said
Shit.
we stayed together. They used to tell us this a lot as well, which was the fucked up thing. They used to say we're only together because of you two. We're staying
No,
together
they didn't
for
say
you two.
that. They didn't say
They
that.
did. I swear. I swear on my
messed
fucking,
up.
yeah, it's fucked.
How old were you?
But they broke up once we were grown up and then left home. So my sister moved to New Zealand to get the fuck away from them, and I'm in America. And my parents are like, oh, well, it's very sad. We're on our own, and they're divorced now. And I'm like, well, I mean, what do you expect? Like, what do you expect? Like,
when you're
you
saying
did
to
the
him, why the
Tonight
fuck
Show.
are you in America
Tonight
then? He's
Show.
like, because of my parents. Right? Like,
this is it. So I get so angry when you ask me why I want to go to LA to host stuff. I'm like,
you want to be further away
I
from
want my parents to love me again.
No, people,
Dad, I mean,
people think it's all. People think it's
there
all
is a-
that simple, but
If there's an ISIS recruiter right now, you guys are like gold. They'll call you as like, join us.
I mean,
There's
I
no
already look like a
Christmas.
fucking
Your dad will
terrorist
never
anyway,
leave you.
I realize that.
You know? Yeah, no, they pick whatever. It's not that I know. I just heard. So they will call you and be like, you can join us. Your family is like broken. They left you on Christmas. We don't have.
that's who
Christmas.
ISIS goes after.
Oh
Recruits.
yeah, they
Yeah.
groom you, mate. They groom.
They've been recruiting online. I don't know how. I mean, they get.
And when ISIS recruits you to like to
Facebook adverts. They
Syria.
don't have Facebook ads.
Really?
No. But I feel like Facebook would sell adverts to them. Do you know what I mean?
They,
when ISIS recruits people to Syria, is it like a college trying to recruit a player? Like they'll hook them up with hot chicks and they'll show them like the best.
yeah,
of
they will tell
Syria?
them everything. You know, they will promise them money and like positions and they get actually a lot of girls, especially from England, Muslims originally, obviously,
Yeah.
but and non-Muslim too.
Young girls, yeah.
They have young girls. I don't know how you can convince them to just move to Syria. Like they will leave their family, run away, and they tell them like.
Do they have to talk the guys into blowing themselves up or killing themselves, or do they volunteer?
No, they wait. They didn't tell you you're gonna kill you. So they're gonna tell you you're gonna have a good position, in the army.
But do they pull you aside and go, "Hey, got some good news and some bad news. Like today's your day, and then you're gonna, you know what I mean? Like, how do they? Is it a volunteer or you don't know?
I mean,
Are you pretending like you don't know?
I don't
I was
have
going to say,
enough
Hatem,
information,
you know
but
way too much about this already, and I can already feel that there's someone tapping this podcast.
oh yeah, I know. It's been they were following me. They're outside. It's fine.
You're on a list now. You know that.
Yeah. So I mean, I have one of the shows we have. I have a podcast, and we
You have a podcast?
you know that me and Norm.
Oh yeah, you have a podcast. P, you have a podcast?
No, I'm on this one right now though.
So we got
I
this.
was gonna say if he's plugging, you should plug. Plug
Yeah,
your
so-
podcast.
so-
What's it called?
It's called the Is Podcast.
Yours is?
No,
Oh, it's called the what? What?
the Is Podcast.
Is that's
Wait,
a
are
great
you?
name. So we had
What's your
this lady-
podcast called?
Live from America.
Oh my God.
Me and Noam from the Comedy Cellar.
How many
Could be
hits
called
you do?
I cisgendered males.
How many hits you do? How many hits you do every week? You
Hits?
do it every week?
Yeah, it's every week, yeah.
Where you do it at
The
Riotcast?
Comedy Cellar.
Upstairs?
Yeah.
Or you do it with Gnome.
Noam, yeah, me and Noam.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
But
every
it's-
Wednesday.
who listens to it? Who wants
A lot of
you
people.
and-
And especially, we have a lot of...
They got an
Anyway.
Israeli Jew and a Middle Eastern, talking
Yeah.
about politics and.
But my point is, like, we got this lady that is specialized in following ISIS and how they recruit. That's how I got my information. So I just want to clear that
She
out.
was on your show?
Yeah. So
Is what network is your show on?
Riotcast.
Rightcast.
Is it?
No, it's not a Riotcast, actually. No, it's an iTunes, SoundCloud.
Okay.
Yeah.
Syria Public Radio.
Yeah. we have some.
Jeff, what's your podcast?
Called the D-Pad Podcast.
And where can they find it?
iTunes, SoundCloud.
Now everybody has a fucking podcast.
Everyone has
After a
a
while, you're
podcast,
like,
yeah.
"Come
It's true.
on, man. I got two. I don't even want one.
No one wants to be on yours.
I know. I
That's the
got
more worrying thing. You're running out of guests and co-hosts because they all keep leaving.
You know about
You're
my
so mean to them.
podcast? My Misery Loves Company podcast?
I went on it. I was on it.
No, not you, him.
Well, you have to point, remember?
I did. Do you know about my Misery Loves Comedy podcast?
I've heard about it, and I think it's because we're Facebook friends that I've seen you post about it.
Yeah, but like I've had two co-hosts and they both quit.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the second one?
Jimmy Martinez. You know Jimmy, right?
Oh, I remember that.
Oh yeah, I talked to you about it.
Always
No,
punched him in the face.
he was
He literally was about to.
he was
punch
gonna
him in the
beat me
face.
up. No, here's the thing. It's like
What does Jimmy Martinez do? He's a comic. And
I
an
can't
actor,
even
isn't
go
he?
into it. But the point is that Pete. The thing is, everyone's full of shit in show business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I ask people to like. The new thing is, I don't want to like introduce you. You introduce yourself because because what my interpretation of it. Like I thought you were like this fucking. Like a Ryan Hamilton kind of a comic, but now I know you're not. You know what I mean?
I mean, people compare me with Ryan a lot, and I don't curse a lot on stage, but my
But you have an
acting-
aw shucks kind of a demeanor, you know?
Yeah, and I definitely have that. But I would say that I'm edgier than Ryan, and I talk about topics that are, I don't know, like I have a whole subject or a whole section of my set about porn and stuff like that. And like I've never branded myself as a clean, squeaky comic or anything like that. But
As an audience member watching you, it seems like you use that squealing thing as a comedy construct to be able to talk about more
to explore the edges.
dirty and doggy shit without getting.
So that's what I'm saying. So my interpretation of you was not even accurate. So that's why I like to. I mean, I just started by like if I say, because I would get in problems. I don't get. No, I was like when the problem was I thought my interpretation of like my past co-host was wrong. You know what I mean? So I thought they were one thing, and then the more time I spent with them as like hosting the show, I realized like they're basically full of shit. I thought they're like, and then I would say it on the air, and then they would get mad because people don't like to be called out, about what they are.
Oh yeah.
And so like with you, I'm like, introduce yourself because I don't want to say like this guy's a half a fag because he has an accent. You know what I mean? That's not appropriate. So you don't
full fag.
You don't describe yourself as that.
Without the accent.
So that's the whole thing. Like
On my Grindr profile, that's exactly how I describe myself. Actually, half a fag with an
you would
accent.
get so much cock. If you
So
were
much
gay.
cock. I've thought about it. I just don't like dick.
Thought about it when
Oh,
you
yeah,
you
fuck
got your
yeah.
dick in your hand. You ever?
Yeah.
My
uncle used to
I've been
creep into
called
my
gay
room
so
on
much that I've done a lot of soul searching. Like, why am I? Like, when you get called the gay 100 times in a week, you go, what am I
Yeah,
missing?
maybe I should be.
Especially by
sucking
like
dick.
strangers on the subway don't even know you.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. You go to. I was down in Philly and I went to a Packers Eagles
You
football
get
game.
heckled that you're gay.
Oh yeah, yeah. People. I talk.
Heckled on stage. I mean.
Yeah, but it's ridiculous because I have a whole section addressing that in my set, and then somebody and I'll call myself what they're calling me way better, and then they still walk out like, fucking faggot, you're gay, and I'm like,
That's
I just
dumb.
did it better than you. You can't
Yeah.
come at me with some weak shit after that.
Yeah.
But
Audience members are dumb.
they're very.
I mean, not all of them, obviously, but like if one dumb guy can just fucking ruin it,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. My favorite comeback to the gay thing. Just call me gay.
You're gay.
Yeah, you want a kiss? That's my favorite thing to say. That's my favorite one.
That is a good one. What do you say when they call you gay?
I threaten to stick my cock in their throat and show them how gay I really am. I don't know.
You do
Not
opening
exactly the same thing, but just a little bit more aggressive, I guess. There we go.
But you right away say you're gay, right? I mean you're a sexual threat to the guy. Don't say you don't, because I see you do it a million times where you say like, I don't know if I want to
stand up for
fight
a
you
long
or
time.
fuck you.
No, see, I haven't done that joke for over a year, Kevin.
Okay, well, I don't. I usually keep my jokes.
That guy that you beat up outside of the Comedy Cellar, did you fight him and then like fuck him real good?
No, he came back and apologized later that night.
Wow, really?
He came back and
He
apologized.
lost all your spots. He came back to apologize.
He came back and apologized, and then
They don't want you to fight with the customers. Can you
And Ben
imagine?
Bailey, he thought Ben Bailey was a bouncer because Ben Bailey was stood outside. So he came up and said,
I've
"Hey,
seen
can you
his-
tell that comic from earlier, the British guy, it's cool. We're all cool, and we're done now. We fought like men, blah 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 blah." And Ben was like, "Yeah, you sucker punched him, but yeah, I'll tell him."
You know why
And
Ben
he's
Bailey?
like,
You know why
"All
they
right."
thought Ben Bailey was a bouncer? Because they saw his act. But Anyway, no, that's one of the guys.
Well, you're not going to
after
get invited
Ben
on
Bailey.
Cash Cab Celebrity Edition.
No, he
are
does
you?
his own podcast. Why don't I plug that? He does it with DC Benny. I'm a big fan of DC Benny.
No, but he's doing a new series of Cash Cab.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, they brought it back. Yeah,
That's
I
great.
thought he didn't get it.
no, he got it. They just didn't say who the host was going to be.
Oh, so he's doing it in England.
Doing it? No, here.
I thought they weren't. Or they're doing it. Oh, a different channel.
I've got no idea.
Oh wow. So I did the reverse curse on
I
him.
heard they're doing it in an Uber. It's cash
real?
Uber. No, I don't know. I'm just making
Wait,
things
they're
up.
bringing it back to a different channel, but Ben Bailey's is the host.
He's the host again. Yeah, there was internet outrage when they were like, "We're bringing back this show. We don't know who the host is going to be yet." And Ben Bailey was like, "Well, that kind of sucks that my show's coming back and they haven't even hit me up." And then they,
but they
hit
did.
him up and
they
were like,
they did Cash Cab without him though. Other countries like
Yeah.
"Oh, yeah, well that makes
Actually,
sense.
one in the
That
Middle
makes
East.
sense.
But they never did it. Cash
Cash
Cab.
Cab Egypt with Mahmoud.
Yeah. And
Cash
there's one in.
Rickshaw.
Yeah, it's a really
With that-
short series. It was just one episode, and then he
If
blew
you
the
don't
car
answer,
up.
they crash the cab. If you don't get the answer right, they crash the cab. No,
So I gotta do some plugs. I'm at this Thursday, June 8th. I'm at the brokerage with the other comedians of the compound, Aaron Berg, Gino Bisconte, and Pat Dixon, and maybe a drop off by Carrie Caravas, who lives out there. And also, I'm doing a Misery Loves Company live on Wednesday at the Stress Factory. We're going to do it in front of an audience, 6:30. Stress Factory with Vinny Brand. It starts at 6:30. Tickets are free. That's in New Jersey. So one show's Long Island, one show's New Jersey. And also Florentine's going to be there, Jim Florentine. You want to plug anything? We're not totally done, but I like to get the plugs out of
Doing
the
the
way.
Ritz Theater this Friday down in Jacksonville, Florida.
Who?
I'm headlining it, and then
You doing theaters already?
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
I don't know. I feel bad about that.
Why'd you
Why?
feel bad? That's why you did.
I don't know. When I go out, like my college tour, I do theaters on college campuses and stuff, and
They don't count though.
yeah,
Do they know you at the colleges?
yeah, they know me because I have a Comedy Central special, and they know other stuff that I've done. And then I've also, I performed at so many colleges that they, I just have it's like a tradition at some of these schools to come see me. But so I'm doing that theater in Jacksonville with the Comedy Cellars, Village Underground this Wednesday night, and at the Stand, and then I'm at the Stand on Saturday night as well.
That's great. And Jeff,
And the Tonight Show on YouTube. They can.
how many hits is it
It's
up
at like
to?
125,000 hits, but I
Wow.
want it to go up because that helps me.
Really?
It helps me with them. They'll like me more.
Wait, YouTube. Or
He's
the,
like
or
me,
the Tonight
Dad.
Show?
By they, yeah.
Wait,
My absent father.
did the Ritz Theater get booked off of the Tonight Show thing?
No, that was booked about a year ago. So
It helped, right?
yeah, it helps. It should help get a crowd in there more.
Wow. And when are you leaving for L.A.?
July 1st. I'm going to be at the Comedy Cellar on Thursday night, performing down there. The
Time.
Late. I'm on the late show. I'll be after Attell probably, or before Attell. I'm always. They always put me on before or after Attell now.
I'm gonna come watch you. 'cause
Come and
I wanna
watch it. It's a
see-
different set. Come and watch it. I know you won't. You're a fucking liar, but I appreciate you
I'm gonna
thinking.
I'm gonna have to watch my kids.
There you go. So I don't know where you're lying.
Start
to me.
doing plugs for my kids.
That's Thursday, and then this weekend I think I'm gonna stand up New York. I'm New York Comedy Club. And check out all my details on my Twitter.
What are you gonna do with your apartment?
Leach.
What are you gonna do with your
I'm
apartment?
gonna move out of it.
Or is it a sublet?
No, I was letting it. I was just on a lease.
Letting it?
I was leasing it. And now I'm going to stop leasing it because my year is up.
it. Yeah, I thought you just put and everywhere.
Saturday, I'm going to be trying to fuck
Even if
Kevin's
it doesn't
wife.
end with a TT.
Saturday night, I'll be at Kevin's house trying to seduce his wife to convince her to leave
My
this
wife wouldn't.
abhorrent fucking animal. I'm
What?
going to be fucking up your sunglasses collection. That's what I'm going to be doing this weekend.
Anyway,
I hate you so much. Are you? I do like. You're the worst. You're the worst person in the world, and yet there's a part of me. It's because I have a shitty family life. There's a part of me that still likes it.
Yeah, you.
Still like
I'm
it.
I'm honest with you. I'm not seduced by your fucking accent.
Nah, but you're not completely honest. You spend your whole time
whenever
whinging about how people are not honest, and then there's a part of you that is like so overly performative. Like even this whole I'm an asshole act. It's just like the fear of a 50-year-old man who doesn't feel relevant anymore. That's all it is.
When he first,
And if you just like, it's true. Let's talk real. Let's go real. You like going real with your guests?
let's talk
Let's
real.
be real.
I can't handle
It's
the truth.
true. You can handle it because
No,
you're
but,
already aware of it. You just don't like to acknowledge it.
But I'm
That's
saying,
all.
like, if you were my
I'm a tough guy. I'm so mean to everyone because if I push everyone away, I won't have to think about how lonely and sad I am. You're 50. It's going to be all right. You're very funny. You're very talented. And you're actually quite nice when you don't act like a complete cunt. And that's what you should be, Kevin. But it's all right.
This-
You'll
this
continue being what you are.
This is the kind of guy who would become my co-host, and I'd be like, and then I realized that it was a terrible mistake.
Yeah.
Because after a while, I just fucking, if a guy wants to fight, I'll fight with him all day long. Like
Even
even
the
if,
guy who wouldn't accept that job because I'd have better things to do. That's the difference.
anyway.
I like
What's
that
your
you.
point? What's your point, though? What's your
I
point?
don't know. Do you want to fuck or what? Do you want to kiss?
You know what I mean?
You want to kiss?
You both talk to each other the way that you both talk to yourselves. That's why you like each other.
Is that good or bad?
I mean, it's
Good. It's good.
It's sad that we were repeating the cycle. That's
Yeah.
I think it's sad that we're repeating.
That's why people like it when people are assholes to them because you go, oh, this guy gets me. This guy knows how I talk to myself.
No, but my point to him is, he's like this guy, and then he denies he's this guy. You know
Wait, what am I
mean?
denying that I am? What? Tell me.
Like, you're not confrontational, you're not this, you're not that. Like, my take on him was that he's confrontational. He goes up, he wears tight clothing, he wants people to get like a vibe from him, and then he denies the vibe. So it's like, what the fuck are you? You know what I
am
mean?
that in real life. I'm very direct. I'm very honest, and I will.
No, but
call you on
that's
your bullshit.
But I don't know you real life. We don't get coffee together. So my point is, when I see him on stage, I'm not supposed to take that. Like my take to you is like, you're a complete fucking Midwestern. He's Middle Eastern. You're Midwestern nerd. So, but you're not really. But my take on you was like, I know it's your act. But even when I was whenever I talk to you. You're aggressive, or you're like, you want to be seen as this way.
What
as like
about
a
the
tough
moments
guy.
where I've actually sat down with you and tried to have a conversation with you off stage and have
Yeah,
those kind of
but
hard
then
times?
we're drinking.
And
I don't
also
like
when
to be
I'm
drinking with a man.
when
a
I'm
man with a beard. Do
send
you like
you
to
a
get
text-
drunk
I
with a
sent you
man
text
and
the other
talk
day.
to him
You're
just
only ever
one-on-one?
nice on text message. You're only ever nice to people on text message. And we had a whole back and forth where I was asking you how things are going, what's going on with your family at home, and you moved back in, blah, blah, blah. Is that indicative of someone who doesn't give a shit about people, or is confrontational and nasty to people?
What's the question? Like,
I mean, the question I just asked.
what is it? Am I a dick all the time? No, I'm not a dick all the time because I would be. It would be exhausting. Just like being nice all the time would be exhausting, right?
Oh yeah, it's terrible. I got to go inside and be alone a lot. I got to go inside and
My
scream.
point is, like, I'm not a dick all the time. But you know what I hate about texting is like everybody who's like nice in person. They're a dick when they text because I guess they have to because people when they're face to face. What I like about myself is like I am how I am. Like I don't play this game when I see you. I don't play like oh thanks for coming. Like oh you're a real swell pal. Like I'm still the same person. You know most people are like.
But you think I do play a game?
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking. That's how narcissistic you are. You always think I'm talking about you.
Absolutely. I mean, we were directly talking about me.
So
just
people
before
are
this,
nice. People are nice when they're in your face, and then as soon as they're not around you, they text back with like attitude and because everyone's very brave when they're texting because they don't have to deal with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's bullshit. And let me do a fucking burning bridge. Norm Macdonald can suck my dick, and guys know Norm Macdonald.
I'm aware of him. Yeah, he's
Right, so I worked on a show in California, and so we were supposedly friends. And when I worked on a show, and then he was at Caroline's all fucking week, and I asked him to do a podcast. Not this show, but I could just go to his hotel and do a fucking hour. I could put up on my other fucking thing, and then we'd have a couple of laughs. But he's like, he couldn't do it, too busy. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like just don't act like you're my friend, and you won't do me the smallest. But that's very common in show business. But it's extremely common in California because everybody acts like they're your friend because everyone has to seem likable.
Well, they want to see what they can get out of you. They want to see what they can get out of you as well.
No, they also want to seem like they're just a regular. They're not. They're just nice people. And then as soon as they get in their car, they're fucking assholes. You know what I mean? So it's like so I don't act like I'm your friend, and then I don't act like I'm your friend. Then when I'm gone. You know what I mean? I'm like, whatever I am, that's how I am. Like, I don't like you, and I don't like you all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did he at least reply to your texts or anything like that?
No, I don't even go through him. I go through his like assistant, but I'm friends with his. It's not even his assistant. It's like the woman who produces all his shows. Any shows he's had since SNL, she's like his executive producer. So she's tight. They talk all the time. It's not even like they're
Maybe
like
she
they're,
just
it's like a
thought,
peer
this
of
is not
his.
worth
You know,
Norm doing.
But Norm uses the thing like, you know, I have Asperger's. I'm a social retard. Like I didn't like Attell does the same thing where it's like I don't. You said like I'll send Attell a text and 2 days later it'll be like no. You know what I mean? Like, no, after 2 days, no. The answer is no. Like, at least give me fucking 10 words, you know? But Attell will be like, I don't know how my phone works. But he's on his phone all the time when I see him at the cellar. So this whole thing of like, I'm a genius. I don't know what this is. And did you want, I forgot when you got, it's like, fuck these geniuses. Fuck them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck the genius.
Yeah.
But I don't act like I like you, and then
You do act
the
like you like me
opposite.
sometimes. You're quite nice.
No, I'm
to me
saying
sometimes.
like how I act is how I am. You know what I mean? Like when I see you in person, I don't act like I like you if I don't like you. Like if I don't like you, I just avoid you. Like I'll like you from now on. Like I'll be nicer to you, but I didn't know you. But if I like you, I'll. But if I don't like you, I don't act like I like you. And then have this fucking hidden agenda, like I want them to like me. So I know it's a little confusing, but most people are full of shit. Is my point.
That's true. I'll go with that.
And especially in show business, everybody acts like, you know, I'm just a regular guy. You're not a regular guy. You were fucking dumped on Christmas Day when you were 3 by your dad.
Yeah, I've
That's
got
not. That
problems.
doesn't leave. It's not a regular guy fucking persona. A regular guy is like his dad took him to the fucking baseball game, went to his high school graduation. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
a regular guy. So I'm just sick of like everyone's like, no, I like this guy, and that's the name. That's what the show is like. Fuck this. I don't give a shit. I'm never gonna get a job in show business ever again. I'm not gonna fucking. I tried Jimmy Fallon, but I'm like, because they won't let me do the Tonight Show. I'm too old.
What?
And plus, my jokes are all fucking. They're not right for that kind of show. I probably have to go like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that joke. That's me doing the Tonight Show. Second joke, I'll be like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that one.
It's your catchphrase. Yeah, I
Yeah,
should've done
maybe.
that one.
No, he's doing that the other night because I feel like I have to do all
Used
these.
to be, yeah, I said it. And
I have
now
to-
it's,
no, I have to do all
oops,
these-
I shouldn't have said that.
I have to do all these jokes now where I go, yeah, I do the joke and I go, yeah, I shouldn't have done that joke. I was doing that at the other night at the cellar because the audiences, they laugh, but then they go, oh, he shouldn't have said rape. You know what I mean? Even though it's a joke on me about how I can never rape anybody because I come too quick, you know? Because I always think like, how do rapists fucking rape when, like, with all the excitement? There's no way I could fucking even, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I do the joke.
I'm like, yeah. Okay.
Even
I'm
Pete's
so
full-
agreeable that I'm like, I want to know where.
No, even Pete's pulling
support
away.
you.
No, my point is I do the joke and then I go, yeah, I shouldn't have done that joke. But I just do it as a device to be like to apologize. Because people
What
don't
you're
want to
saying is
hear
you're
jokes like
confrontational on stage. You're confrontational on stage.
that. Not as much as you. I don't wear like a fucking skin tight bodysuit. Like you can see how big your balls are. I know your left ball is bigger than your right ball from what you wear on stage. Like
Yeah.
your dick, you could see your dick
Yeah.
when you first. No, I'm not even kidding. I don't know what you wear now.
Out of it, yeah.
see the-
Oh, I'm
can
wearing
see
the
the outline.
trousers right now, yeah.
You can see the outline of his dick. Is that appropriate for a stand-up? But like you were from England, so we thought all the English comics, the other guy wore a fucking dress.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Eddie Izzard, yeah.
Yeah, Eddie Izzard. Like with Eddie Izzard, he would be an open micer if he didn't wear a dress. That's a fact. That guy's a fucking hack, and I'm kidding. Anyway.
And Eddie Izzard suck your dick in the dress. Can we say that? Can we burn that bridge?
You know what I mean? Like when Eddie Izzard, when people, I used to live in this fucking place in Queens, and the guy was like, he found out I was a comedian. He goes, oh, you gotta. So I had to watch Eddie Izzard's special with the guy, and we were both drunk. And I don't like to be around drunk guys around another guy when I'm drunk. And then we're watching Eddie Izzard. Goes, oh, this is genius.
Why don't you like to be drunk around another guy?
It's not genius. It's just a fucking guy wearing a dress, and gives it a little bit more flavor. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm not a fan. I don't think comics are geniuses. Like, you know, if a guy writes a bit, if it's a great bit, is he a genius? I don't think he's a fucking genius. Like, if you can build a fucking tunnel underneath the Hudson River, that's like genius. But to make a bit,
Yeah, I'm with you.
to put words together, like, oh, it's genius because he fucking talked about someone
means
from
you're
the
a great comic.
1500s, huh?
He's a great comic if you
Yeah,
write
but you're not a
something,
fucking genius.
I'm
You're not
with you, I'm with
saving
you.
lives anyway. Any questions?
I think Norm
Oh,
Macdonald.
God forbid.
I'm with you. Norm Macdonald can suck my dick too, but not because of like any animosity. I just when people go like you're gay, I want to be like only for Norm Macdonald.
Really?
That's what I want to do.
I love Norm Macdonald.
I do think his comedy is really funny.
Oh, I love him too. That's why I'm hurt. I'm like, just do my fucking podcast. Like, it costs you nothing. Like, he knows, like, he knows exactly who I am. It's like it's no mystery. I was at his house. He invited me to his fucking house when I gave him a ride home. I didn't want to go into his house, but again, alone with a guy. I don't want to be alone with a guy. I was sober, but he was high. Anyway,
so
that's another thing. He's just so
terrified?
full
Why
of
are you
shit.
so terrified of being
every
alone with men
interview,
or drunk
every
with
interview,
men?
he goes, I don't get high. He gets high. He smokes pot. I don't know if people in California think smoking pot is not like doing a drug. Like they is that because it's legal? They think it's not.
Yeah, it doesn't even count anymore.
I guess
so
it's like
regular.
doing
Cigarettes,
Advil or
cigarette,
whatever. So it's annoying to me where they all, even Attell, who's like my longest friend in comedy, he still is a complete cunt to me. Like, if I want him to do anything, I can't even ask him. I got to go to Just Cow because Attell will go, I don't know. How does my phone? I got 2 phones. I'm like, you have no kids. You have no fucking wife. You haven't had a girlfriend since 1981, Sarah Silverman, and you can't fucking respond to me? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Anyway.
There was a great moment there where the table creaked. You were like, creak. And then it was just real awkward.
Don't even.
Loved
That's
that.
when I want just everyone to leave so I can be alone with my fucking anger. No, but it's just showbiz is annoying, you know. But you're doing a theater, so you're doing good.
It's going great.
And you're gonna be in LA, so good luck with that. Good luck keeping it, you know, everything on a. Hatem, what's your Twitter?
It's Hatem HATEM
What's your Twitter, Pete? They probably put it up, but
At Pete Lee tweets.
what's you?
At Jeff Leach, what's you? At Jeff Leach.
I'm Kevin Brennan 666. Till another burning bridges. This was a good one, everybody.